Hi, my name is Liliana, and in this video, I will be sharing and reflecting on my target market project that was done in Introduction to Marketing Practical Application. This marketing project consisted of lots of research and lots of interviews, websites, and articles and marketing tools to understand the industry I selected in much more depth. When I say going in depth, I mean being able to analyze the pricing of the dishes, what ingredients are used in making the dishes that are unique from other restaurants, the environment that the customers dine in, and what tools that are being used to make their environment and the employees work faster. My two competitors selected for this project were Flores de Oaxaca and Casa Oaxaca, both which are located in Santa Ana and continue to share the Oaxacan cuisine to many of the customers. In the end, we are to create our own third business using all of the research done within our industry. The reason I selected this industry was because my family is from Oaxaca and I have always been fascinated by the culture and being able to share its uniqueness to others. This project played a significant role within myself professionally and personally. Starting with professionally, this project required me to stay on top of deadlines and making sure that things are getting done on time. Of course, this was overwhelming in the beginning, but being able to plan ahead and also communicating with my advisory groups that I was assigned with really allowed me to stay on top of getting these things done. These advisory groups were such an helpful and insightful thing to do because we were able to share ideas like business partners and also being able to give ideas for our third business. I was able to step out of my comfort zone by being able to interview customers, which I did a total of 25, and professional interviews, which consisted of employees and even an owner of a restaurant, which were a total of 15. On top of that, I used websites and articles, websites a total of 26, and a total of 17 articles to be able to understand the industry a lot more. We also used positioning maps, SWOT analysis, infographics, and being able to identify issues within the industry. But most importantly, we also utilized critical thinking. Being able to do this has allowed me to see so much growth professionally, but of course there were bumps in the road that I was faced with. The first bump that I faced was my struggle to approach customers. I was very scared to approach them because I am very shy, but they were also eating and I didn't want to disturb them during their meals, so I had to wait until after they were done or after they had gotten done ordering and they were waiting for their food. So just being able to analyze when the right time was to approach customers really helped out. Another problem with approaching the customers was my lack in Spanish. I really struggle in speaking fluent Spanish, and so just having that lacking very much humbled me and allowed me to actually learn the basics of Spanish a lot more. And with the basics, I was able to gain confidence and being able to approach the customers who were Spanish speakers. So just being able to go out there and put myself out there was very helpful and allowed me to want to approach more customers. Another bump faced was my lack of employee and customer interviews. This was so important and vital of my project because I didn't want to lean on my own understanding of the industry, but I wanted to understand the industry a lot more through customers and their experience within the restaurant. So what I did was I made myself go out there with confidence, and being able to interview the customers with this confidence allowed me to get more insightful questions. I asked questions like, how does the location affect your experience here? What do you like and dislike about the restaurant? If you were to run your own business and own this restaurant, what would you change or what would you recommend? Just being able to ask those questions allow me to want to know more and be curious about what customers think. And what was amazing was that all of these responses were different and unique to being able to understand the industry. For the employees, I made myself reach out to owners of certain restaurants, and because of that, I was able to just step out of my comfort zone to reaching out to these employees. And so one of them was able to get back to me, only one out of the many that I emailed, and I was able to visit the restaurant, the Cuya Dine restaurant in Venice, Los Angeles. I was able to meet the owner, and he was able to provide super insightful answers when I interviewed him. I was able to understand how the restaurant has been able to increase in popularity, how the dishes are just made by hand, and how everything is produced and grown organically, and how the ingredients are different compared to other competitors. I was able to also ask the employees what they enjoy about working at the restaurant, and how being a family-owned restaurant is different from other restaurants that aren't family-owned. So just being able to ask these questions was so helpful, and also being able to see how they are just so passionate about what they do and how they are serving others with their culture and also welcoming them as well. Overall, what really stood out to me was the humility that I practiced, because I pushed aside my own assumptions by conducting these customer interviews. What really stood out to me was how these customers paid attention to the small details, such as what's on the menu, how their environment is like, and where the restaurants are located. Just things like this really opened my eyes to understanding the industry a lot better. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I encourage you to download my TMP to see my work that was done.